whether you're at home, on the go, or at the stadium.
Welcome to the Centre Bounce, your home for all things AFL Supercoach.
Ooh, all things AFL Supercoach, Joe. How you doing, mate? It is, I don't think we've seen, unfortunately, as much of a eventful day in the preseason for a very long time.
Oh, yeah. Carnage. Absolute two ACLs from two separate teams on the same day. That is very unusual. And prayers, unfortunately, to go out to your boy Harvey, as well as, of course, to
Jackson Archer. Sorry, not Harvey. No, wasn't Harvey.
Oh, it was Archer, was it? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Archer and Motlop. I actually don't mind Motlop, and I think a lot of people were considering Archer for their teams, weren't they?
Yeah, it was an interesting one. I think he came into Supercoach. I don't know if you can hear me fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Came into Supercoach this preseason. I think he's about 150K. Looked to be locking down that spot, and I think Supercoach in general has just kind of taught us that, hey, sometimes these players are really good. Isaac Kako, for example, your Jackson Archers, who maybe won't have the biggest score every week, but will be able to play every week. Unfortunately, that's not the case for him.
Yeah, I mean, some people might say the best time of year to do it is in the off season. But at the same time, it does suck. Like, regardless of, it's never an injury that you really want to do. I suppose if you're looking at positives, doing it now is probably the better time to do it. But it's unfortunate. Thoughts and prayers with them. They'll get stronger, bigger, better, faster, stronger. And don't kill me, you know. So, but yes. So
Kanye West.
Yeah.
It's. I guess the only silver lining is that it did happen before February 20th, because I think that is the SSP cutoff date. So I don't know about your club, but my club is hopefully going to be using a spot. We have a list spot now, so I'm hoping that we can find someone really good and get them to come in and fill a spot and a position of opportunity, I guess, for a player for at least a year to show what you want. If you're a fantastic state league lockdown player, get your highlights reel together and shoot it through to North Melbourne, because God knows we need one. So there you go.
Was he the one that was playing off half back, apparently?
No. That was Cooper Harvey. So
okay.
the deal with Cooper Harvey, right? Everybody's talking about Cooper Harvey at the moment. I don't think he'll play the position. I think potentially now there may be a world where it happens, but from memory, he played a bit of halfback at during the regular season in the VFL. So it's like you've got this player. It's a situation of those where you just don't have a spot for a player. So then you say, okay, like I need to create a spot. I need to diversify themselves to actually be able to have a spot in the team to play. Hey, let's throw Cooper Harvey in the halfback. You know, he's not good enough to play VFL forward. He's not good enough to play AFL forward. So let's chuck him in the halfback and see what we can do, I guess.
A bit like marriage from West Coast.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, and then that worked out okay for us in Supercoach land, but very, very much so. But it wouldn't be a year of Supercoach, Joe, if we didn't get a North Melbourne forward available that played the back line that went big. So, you know, if it's not Caleb Daniel, it's not Jack Zeeble, it's not Harry Sheasel, maybe it will be Cooper Harvey, but we'll just wait and see.
That'd be pretty crazy. Good to see you, Shawnsky. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. Tatum, bloody stiff Archer, Motlop, absolutely, really tough.
I also heard that Darcy Moore hurt himself as well, and there was a couple of other players today that did stuff.
I think I saw a 7 AFL post about it for...
I know Kane Collins is having a bit of a whinge about players off seasons being too long, and you know, you go from nothing to go crazy, and look what happens.
Mate, it's still early January. They were never going to come back and play at this point of the season. You might have a point if the season's over in September. Even before that, let's be real. Say it's August, the season finished, and then you've got no footy until you start ramping up the training, and no one's really going to go all out in the preseason either. So look, you might have a point. I haven't looked into it too much personally. I don't really know if the science is in on that long layoff being a major detriment to off-season injuries. But it also does give players an opportunity to go overseas, for example, and get their bodies working.
They need a break.
Yeah, and then it's probably the most physically demanding sport in the world. These guys are genuine. They probably are the closest thing to modern-day gladiators as you can have it. 360 degrees, threats, aerial ability, ground-level threats, tackling. It's physical, and it's insane. It's insane. The only thing that they've got is a bench. That's the only difference that they have. They have a bench that they can go and rest on. Otherwise, modern day gladiators. And yes.
You reckon gladiators didn't have a bench, Joe? They say, hey, 5 minutes.
No.
Yep, and then you go back out again.
No, I didn't see that in the movie.
That's true. It was a movie.
There was a movie, yeah. Were you not entertained?
Clearly I wasn't watching hard enough.
You were not entertained. Yeah, Tatum, look, the Bombers are the same. I'm just waiting for who it is it's going to be. Ridley's already had an injury-prone preseason thus far, but I mean, that's classic for us. And we've already sort of had an extension of an ACL, haven't we, in Nick Martin? So hopefully that's it. Hopefully no more for us. Jack, g'day, Jack. How you doing, mate?
Jack.
Poet, and he knows it. Good to see you as well. Nick Karakanakis. G'day, Nick. Good evening, fellas. Waiting to hear reports on Parish Day, Walsh, Young, and the like. Just a matter of time.
Yeah, might be the case of the ones that went to Qatar and the ones that didn't. From what I'm seeing, Will Day has apparently returned to full training, which is cool. Not so sure on the other ones as of yet, but yeah, it's only the first week of players coming back. So long way to go in Supercoach land. And, I'm not sure about Will Day, but the other ones kind of dictating our structures a little bit, Joe, in terms of what we're going to be picking in our teams. I'm not sure if you saw, Joe, putting you on the spot a little bit, but Fox Footy put out an interesting graphic of the top 25 players under 25. I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, but I'll definitely take your first look hot take and, how hard was Harry Sheezel robbed?
Oh, is Sheezel not in the top 25 under 25?
You got to look at it, man. It is it's up on if you pull up their Twitter, you'll be able to see it up on their Twitter. It's just a post.
How? There's no way. I don't believe you.
It is.
All right.
It is.
All right. Let's share this shit. Let's share this screen. All right. Let's have a look.
There you go.
Top 25 players under 25. It was a headache and a half putting this star-studded list together. Who was unlucky to miss out, and which ranks need changing? All right, let's have a look. Nick Dacos, number 1. Nazai, 2. Rao, 3. Will, 4. Errol, 5. Darcy, 6. Noah, 7. Holmes. Pickett. Sarong, Finn, Luke. Bill, Tom, Will. Ronnie Boy. Newcomb. Sheezels all the way at 19. Bro, why is Ollie Dempsey not above Sheezel, huh? Unbelievable. This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? What is this?
How is Jasper Fletcher, the 2-time premiership player, not above Sheezel? Like, come on, man. It's I would have been okay, right? If they had come in, all seriousness, if they'd come in and said, okay, Pickett, swap out for Sheezel. I mean, I think he beat the games disposal record. He plays for the worst team in the AFL and still pumps out massive numbers. So, okay. But, mate, he's not the 19th worst player in the
best. 19th best.
Yeah, but, it's 19th worst at this point. I mean, he's not number 1. He's is down in the boonies, Joe.
Look, I don't know if it's a big call
Is
or
it
not.
North bias, everybody? Like,
Look, I don't know. For me, yeah, 100%. Wait, firstly, yeah, g'day, Geordie. How you doing, mate? Impressive listener. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it 100% has to be an impressive list if we're talking about the top echelon. Like, these are the top players, so they were always bound to be an impressive list. If anything, it's supposed to be the best list, not just impressive, because they are the best players, apparently. I don't know if it's a big call. I'd have Sheasel ahead of Will Day. Will Day, I don't think he's played enough. I think potential's clearly there to be a top line, line breaker and stuff. But I just don't think Will Day's played enough. I think Tom Green, he's a very niche type of player in the old style of the in and under ball. But is he damaging you with the pill like a Sheasel can? I mean, Sheasel can play halfback, midfield, pinch forward. I have Sheasel ahead of Green. Phil Thorpe is a unique position. He's a key forward. I always find it hard to judge what's more important, a gun key forward that can pinch it in the ruck or a gun mid. I'm not sure. Luke Jackson's a unicorn for sure.
I mean, the shot in the heart, Joe, has got to be Horn Francis above Sheasel.
Yeah, Horn Francis above Sheasel.
Like, come on, okay player. I mean, like, he's a good player, but he's in one of the best midfields in the league. What's
Cozzy Pickett doing at number 9?
That's what I was saying. Swap them around and okay. Harry Sheasel, 9th best player, whatever. Gold Coast has got 2 on the list already. It's fine, but mate, he's
and Chad is a good player.
Yeah.
Chad's a good player. I reckon Sheasel's great at least. I'd have Sheasel ahead of Chad. Max is also quite injury prone. I love Max. Max is great. Love me some Max Holmes. But his body lets him down too, I think, as well. If Sheasel was playing for Geelong.
Yeah. Or anyone else. Anyone that, even if played for Richmond. Sheasel played for Richmond, he'd be like higher up on this list. It's an anti-North bias.
But honestly, if you put Sheasel in Brisbane's team, right? Yep. If you put Sheasel in Brisbane, why is Ed Richards not on this? He's 26. Yeah, he just missed it.
And I think Andy Brayshaw too. How old is?
So I don't know. There are certainly some impressive names. Has Finn earned it already, or is Finn? Finn's gonna be amazing as well. I love Finn Callahan. He was in my freaking team, for goodness sake. Has he warranted this spot, or is it also he's a beneficiary of playing for a top team? Look at these teams. Collingwood was a premier not long ago, but Nick is Nick. We know who Nick is. Nazaya is Nazaya. He's class. Matt Rao won a final. Premier. We think Errol Goulden and the Swans are going to be really good this year. Sam Darcy plays for the Dogs. Sam Darcy is a walking cheat code. It's not fair. Again, Anderson in a finals team. Max Home in a finals team. Cozzy Pickett, I rate him. I really do. He has the traits, but he hasn't put it all together for long enough for me. It's too early to put him at 9. Maybe later in his career, he will be at 9, but right now, I think it's too early to put him at 9. Chad, again, same thing with Errol. Sarong, they were in a final. Jackson in a final. Finn in a final. Phil Thorpe, they were minor premiers. Tom Green in a final. Will Day in a final. So a lot of these players are playing for great teams. I can't imagine, as great as Sheasel is right now, can you imagine if he was playing for the Lions right now? Can you imagine if Sheasel was playing for the Doggies, or if Sheasel was playing for the Suns or for the Cats?
Or Sydney, or Freo, or GWS, or any other team.
So a lot of it obviously I think is predicated as well on the type of team that you're playing for. If you're playing for a gun team, a team full of other great players, it's very hard to put attention into players under 25. But if you're one of the mainstays in a team that's finished bottom 4 for the last few years in a row, you're not going to get the highlights, and you're doing a lot of dirty work, dare I say, that isn't getting the shine. You're not really in wins. So yeah, I think Sheens was certainly criminally underrated. I think being at 19, and I think Newcomb's been disrespected at 18 as well. I think Newcomb's had a better year than Tom Green.
Yeah,
personally, especially in the finals series, I think Newcomb deserves more love. I think I'd have Newcomb above. Again, Chad's too high. Cosdy and Chad, I think, are too high for me at the moment. I think these two are the problem. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Schedule should be top 10 probably. Causa, Causa. Definitely got Grind Myers now with the news of Stengel.
I don't think you can. I mean, like, Grind Myers is okay, but Stengel should be back. Let's pretend round 2 or 3, then they have the early bye. I don't think it's a case of, Stengel's out for the entire year, Causa. You might get the advantage for a week or 2, but I think it might hurt you too much in the long run. I don't actually know what's wrong with him, to be honest. I don't think it's come out, but I don't think unless Myers is like 200K. Nah, Myers is 508K. I'll leave that for someone else.
There's always something wrong with Stengel, isn't there? Chad Warner 10 versus Tom Green 12.
Yeah, exactly, Ben. It's a bit rough.
Oh, no, Tom Green 15. Yeah. Like, I don't know. He's an interesting player. Chad can have those moments where he'll have a burst where he might kick 3 goals in the span of 15 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't know, and just turn a game on its head. He's got X factor, whereas Tom Green, he's your classic nose to the grindstone type of player that will just hack away at it. The one thing that really pisses me off about Tom Green to no end, though, is that he always undoes his hard work by doing those stupid handball over the heads to no one. Like, it infuriates me. Just, bro, you're a big, strong man. Embrace the contact, try and break through, or just handball in front of you. None of these over-the-top handballs to no one, which leads to turnovers. That pisses me off. If Tom Green wants to really take that next level, he's got to get that out of his game, in my opinion. I reckon G'day, Mark. I reckon I put Callahan a lot higher. He's in my current team, and the Squadfather called him the weapon.
There you go. Yeah, no, I've currently got him in my team as well. I think the only thing that's slowly making me maybe not pick him is I think GWS's early fixture isn't great. Like, let me just quickly pull it up.
Pull up the fixture here.
Maybe if Joe wants to do it, yeah. Just checking out their early fixture. I think, like, post-bye it gets a lot easier. Yeah, so they play Hawks. Yeah, they play Hawks. They play Bulldogs. They play St Kilda. You'd think fairly okay, tough games. Then Collingwood, similar again. And then post, round 4 bye, okay, they play Richmond. They play North and a few of the other teams. So it does free up a lot more. He could be an early upgrade target, but totally agree. He's in my team for a reason, I think. I may swap him out for someone like an Andy Brayshaw who just doesn't have the early bye. But currently I've got Young and Parrish in the team, and one of those two would turn into Callahan come round 4 or 5 before that Richmond game if I can make it happen.
Yeah, that's why Finn was in my starting team as well. Like Finn, he's obviously going to be the beneficiary of having 2 inside bulls being able to feed him the pill.
Yeah, 100%.
Both Clary and Tom Green. So, yeah, Finn's a really good shout. Can Joel Jeffrey break out this year? Asks Rodney.
Look,
probably can. I think Joel Jeffrey is basically the Gold Coast Luke Jackson in a way. I don't know. He's got that size and athleticism at the same time. But the Gold Coast just have too many stars. I don't know. It's hard to see. I'm not sure. I have to look into it a bit more. Joel Jeffrey. Let's have a look.
Look, he's the right age to do it. But personally, I don't think so. I'll have to check out his DFS stats. But If he's playing off halfback at Gold Coast, I just don't think there's enough ball there, to be honest, with Rioli and Noble kind of being the main distributors of halfback. I think
Ezekiel and Patterson.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of players coming through.
He gets made to be accountable too much. I think that's my kind of take on it at the moment.
I wouldn't, Plus 2 buys sucks. Imagine Cecil plays at Brisbane. 100%. Absolutely agree on Day. Even with the potential he needs to prove he can stay healthy before putting on a list like this. Now, he deserves to be on a list like this. Just because he's been injury prone and injury hit doesn't mean his talents can't be recognized. But it's hard to put him so high, especially above someone like Sheasel, who plays week in, week out. Newcomb doesn't miss. Some of these players, Jasper Fletcher at 22. These kids. Shit, it's not fair. It's not fair. So that Cozzy Pickett will earn that spot this year. Yeah, 100%. And I think it will be, and them picking up Latrell Pickett, I think is going to turn out to be a masterstroke. It will, I think, really help Cozzy on and off the field as well. And because there's now another mature small forward that has the tank, that's the good thing about Latrell Pickett as well. Yeah, he's not a bottom ager. They've gotten him a little bit older, but what it's done is it's given him more time to work on his tank, to embrace the professional lifestyle of an AFL footballer, and he's still sticking to it. And I find, in general, a lot of times, these Indigenous players that are freaky talented, unfortunately, just end up falling away from the game because they can't keep up with the rigors of the professionality, I suppose, of it moving forward long term. Latrell Pickett plays more forward, unleashes Cozzy to play more in the midfield. Rankin obviously starts the year suspended, so Cozzy gets some extra games on an extra few games on him. Plus, Cozzy is less injury prone than Rankin as well. So I wouldn't be surprised, Tatum. You might be right. That's why I've got Cozzy in my team. I do think that he will be the number one.
Okay.
Ben is there on potential. Yeah, exactly. It's just potential, 100%. I don't think he's actually earned the spot at 12 yet. I'd swap Warner and Sheasel around personally. Yeah, it's the Warner one for sure. Getting the order right is pretty bloody hard though. 100%. You can never please anybody. Exactly right, Tatum. Dogman, jump on Cozzy for your forward line this year. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Baslenko just missed the cut, turned 25 in December. End of career, Sam Darcy number 1 or Will or Dacos? Oh, that's a question and a half, Tatum. That's a question. Sam Darcy, Will Ashcroft or Dacos?
My thing is, like, Nick Dacos has already done it. I'm pretty sure Dacos has won a premiership, yeah. I think it might have been first year. Yeah, cool. So, my thing is, do you consider something like premierships over Coleman's? Because I think Sam Darcy's going to win a few Coleman's in his time, just being the size that he is and how dominant he is and things like that. But I don't know if the Dogs are poised to win as many premierships over the other two. So, if you said, okay, successful careers on paper, Dacos and Ashcroft probably will be. But in terms of personal accolades, I would say maybe Darcy, just for the fact that, like, yeah, he could kick 40 or 50 goals this year, doing similar plus another 20 the next year, just needing kind of to get into the body and then slowly work his way up. Whereas Dacos and Ashcroft, I think, are going to have better teams than what Darcy will for a while.
Yeah, like Will Ashcroft's got premierships and Norm Smith. So he's already got one heck of a head start. You know what I mean? Two premierships, two Norm Smiths. So it's hard to to say that he will overtake Will Ashcroft. I think Will Ashcroft will be number one. I think the head start right now, plus Brisbane are poised to continue winning. Collingwood, I'm less confident in. So Sam Darcy will never be that sexy player, just by virtue of his position, and he'll never be the sexy player. Will Ashcroft, I think, will be the one that is number one. Dacos, because people love mids that can kick goals, as opposed to key forwards. That's a tough question. I'm not sure. I think Will will be number one. I think Will still be number one. I'm not sure how I'll rank 2 and 3. Depends on the body. If Sam Darcy keeps getting injured, then obviously he'll definitely not be.
To be honest, I would probably, if I had to redo, I think Errol's too high in that list. But if I had to redo the top 4, I would go Nick Dacos and then Will Ashcroft, for the fact that he's just won 2 Norm Smiths and 2 premierships back to back. Nazai's had a great 2025, but pre-2025, did anyone not did anyone care about him, but what was he that dominant? Was he that crazy? No. So, if you go off kind of what accolades he's had already, did St Kilda even play finals this year, Joe?
No, they did not. They did not play finals this year.
So Nazaya had a 3-goal domination game and couldn't even get a Brownlow vote. So
he got 2. You got 2.
He got 2. Sorry, he got 2.
Top 3. Jack Viney got 3.
I would have him maybe top 3 or top 4, but definitely not second on that list. I think they're going all about hype, the $2 million man and everything like that. I think it's a bit too hypey for me.
I just love watching Naz play. I reckon you're spitting facts. You're spitting facts.
You've got Nick Dacos, okay. Won a premiership, all right. Maybe he's too high, but I think he's very, very good. You got Matt Rowell, just came off a Brownlow medal, okay. You got Will Ashcroft, 2 Norms, two grand finals, and then you got Nazaya, who's $2 million contract.
Big bucks.
Cool. That's big bucks. Apparently makes you the second best player under 25. Okay.
Yeah, but you'd love having him kicking the ball down your throat. You know what I mean?
Same with the same with Harry Sheasel. The same with half a dozen players on this list, Joe.
Correct.
Yeah.
He just plays for a week. There you go. Exactly right. Ozzy will belong that high on this list after this year. Yeah, after this year. Yeah. But we're not there just yet. So I'm just saying it's premature. If this was the 2026 25 under 25, I'd have no doubt about it. But right now, as of this instance, I'd say it's a bit early. Chad is way too high, says Mark. Newcomb, disagree there. Yeah, man. Newcomb's a gun. Love Newcomb's year this year. Love Newcomb. Pickett, all right, but still too high, yeah. No Logan Morris or Wilmot on that list.
No George Wardlaw, too.
No Georgie Wardlaw. If you're talking potential, Wardlaw's got potential.
I think Mitch Georgiadis is a bit high, isn't he?
Mitch at 24. He's a good player. But is he ahead of a Wardlaw type? I don't know. The problem is Wardlaw just hasn't been on the park long enough to register.
I guess so.
I think is the problem. Logan Morris, Jet. Love Logan Morris. Him and Nate Caddy and Sam Darcy going to be fighting for Coleman medals every year. It's going to be a joy.
Here's a good question for you from Ben. How many of these under 25s are you picking in your Supercoach starting team, Joe?
I reckon you can pick him.
Yep.
I reckon a lot of people are picking him. I've got him. Some people are picking him. A lot of people are picking him. A lot of people are picking him, if not him.
Yep.
Max, probably not a lot. Cozzy, I'm picking him. You're picking him. A few people picking him.
Yeah. I currently do not have Cozzy picking him.
Oh, you changed? Okay. But I still have Cozzy. Sarong, people are picking him. If they don't want to pay up for Brayshaw, they'll pick him. Finn was in my starting team, so he's there. Scott Fathers dubbed Finn the weapon. So I think there'll be a few people going for Finn. No one's picking Phil Thorpe. No one's picking Green. Will Day's cheap. Back to full training. Apparently speed tackled Gian Siracusa today. So that's interesting why you're tackling the coach full on. But sure, you can do that. But yeah, he's cheap. Horny Boy's cheap. I had him in my starting team, but he's not there anymore. Newcomb, no one's picking. Shazel, everyone's got in their forward line. Hayden Young, a lot of people have. So there's 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe a half. 2.5, maybe another half. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go halves on Anderson and Rao. So I'll say 6.5, 7.5. Will Ashcroft, I think I've seen some people pick him. 8.5. A lot have got Naz, 9.5. So maybe 10.5. 10.5 out of these 25. I think Supercoach relevant to start this year, I think.
Yeah. I reckon there's quite a few. I mean, look, you take away your Sam DeConnings and your Georgiadis and stuff like that, and you're doing okay. There'll be the odd Mark Lavelle picking Jasper Fletcher just for someone different. But yeah, all the midfielders, man. That's what it is.
Look at that patch when Warner went nuts for a month or so. Yeah, but it's just a patch, man. We don't like. You can do it for a patch, but I really value consistency over a period of time. I don't, flashes in the pan. Anyone can have a hot flash. I think of just Jeremy Lin, freaking Lin Sanity in the NBA, but then never did anything again. Or you look at Mason Cox with the most dominant performance in the prelim. Never happened again. I prefer consistency. You need to work with Matty Rowell getting the outball. Yeah, Tom Green, yeah, for sure. The evolution of Matt Rowell is an inspiration. That's why I won't say a bad word about him.
Yeah,
you can see every year there's been improvement. Initially, he started to stay on the park. Then, when he got the runs on the board, started to develop. He had no outside game, but you just see him now get the ball and run. It's not just the slam it on the boot or shoot a handball away like Tom Green. Actually, very impressed with Matt Rowell. Very impressed. GWS do not have a bad fixture. Dogs don't restrict Pies and Saints easy enough. Exactly.
Okay, well, that's good for me then.
Oh, of course the Suns are going to be a problem this year. If it weren't for the two buys, Rowell and Anderson in the team would have been very nice.
You still can, but it's a bit... Even Petrarca in the forward line, locking a keeper.
Yeah, Petrarca as well. Correct. Yeah. Jamara? Maybe. Any interest in Cody Waitman?
I've been seeing some people in Jaws' Discord talk about him a little bit. I think the price doesn't do it enough for him. He's cheap enough, but I need to see a lot more from him. The beautiful thing is he does play for the Dogs, so we do get the round zero to have a look. But he's never been in my calculations. It's always been Sheasel, one or two guys at that 600, at the 300-ish K mark or a bit more. Philippou and then a couple of rookies. I think that's kind of what I'm running with. And you're paying overs for a guy that's going to average you like 60s. Like, I think you might get rookie numbers out of him, or maybe even less compared to someone like a Dev Rob at half the price, who could pop out 70s at 119K. So that's kind of where small forwards never make it in Supercoach in terms of scoring for the price. So I'll leave it up to someone else, Crimson. But yeah, sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I think sometimes.
Early games. Yeah, there you go. That doesn't work. Ian.
What's up, Ian?
Ridley or Reed on kickouts? Historically, Ridley tends to be our kicking man. He tends to be the one that gets the most, but when he's out, then yeah, it becomes more of Redmond's. He's essentially the next leader in that back line. So they tend to share it when Ridley is in. Whoever's closest will just take the ball. But Ridley, you can always count on him to miss games. Now our number one taker is Mason Redmond. Interestingly enough, this preseason, quite a few kick-ins are being taken by, is his name on here? Yes, it is. Zach Johnson. This preseason, getting a lot of kick-in action. Not entirely sure if that's necessarily going to be, because Zach Johnson's a very good kick, and he does love to do a bit of 1-2 action. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he gets a game,
VFL team,
but probably for the VFL, I would say. Correct. So if you're reading reports on Zach Johnson dominating kick-ins, I would not be holding that with tremendous weight. Our back line is pretty stacked at this point, so it's going to be hard for him to break into the team, I'd say. So yeah, I'd say neither, Ian. Even when Ridley does kick-ins, it's shared with Redmond. Yeah. Ben, at least GWS only share buys with only the Saints.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be the saving grace with a few different teams. You're not going to have any Richmond players, I don't think, at that point in round 13, barring a rookie or two. So don't be afraid not to pick around 12 players. Chuck your Callahan and a few others on there. Take advantage of the early fixtures as much as you can, just for the fact that these are the things that are going to make you jump. If we both got $10 million, it's the players and the ease of fixture that make a huge difference against jumping on more. GWS after round 4, Freo in a similar position. So, yeah, it's not terrible. Least amount of round 12s have the better. Because everyone's got Cherry, everyone's got Sheasel. Most have. Yeah. I've got 3 Port Adelaide players at the moment.
Round
3 North players, so already like 8 or 9 in round 12. So, yeah.
Round 12 is scuffed, man.
Yeah, but just trade out of it, yeah. Like start the guys, and then
you can't do anything about it.
I don't think you're keeping Miller Bergman until round 12, maybe.
Yeah, but you can't trade them out in round 12 because whoever you're trading them to has the buy coming up.
So trade him round 11 to Whitfield. We'll be right.
I'd say Durham and Wilmot are slightly unlucky to miss out, but get this many talented players. I wouldn't have Durham in there. I wouldn't have Durham in here. I think we love Durham because of his attitude in the way he plays, in that he's just no regard for his body, just goes out there a bit kamikaze style. But in terms of skill, I wouldn't say he's a skillful player to be in the top 25. Wilmot, absolutely.
Yeah. But that team's so stacked.
Yeah,
that team is so stacked. Looking over Georgiadis's stats, though, like I can see why they've put him on the list. He's very much gone under the radar, at least for myself. Let me just quickly find it.
Yeah, Mitch is very good. He's their best forward by quite some stretch.
Yeah, rated elite in kicks, elite in goals, and then the same in marks as well this year. So he's had a great season. But yeah, just not like a top 25 name, I think, that probably associate with being done. A bit like the Brownlow medal, it's always midfielders. I think a lot of these are midfielders too.
Yeah, for sure. Does Woodlaw not make the list? Mark Wells was sort of raised him before, but he plays what? 1 game, 2 games, and then misses 3.
Hopefully not again. Hopefully. I mean, Horn Francis is similar, yeah? He goes missing for 4 games and then has a big game, and then goes missing for 4 games and then does his quad or his hammy or his ankle, and then comes back again and then punches someone, and then it's just like, I don't know, man.
I've seen Dana full training today. Wasn't in the match sim, but him training more than he was before January. My Hawks really need him to stay healthy this year. Yeah, absolutely. He's vital. Will has done it twice, plus 2 Nom Smith. Yeah, but imagine Darcy drags the Dogs a flag. It would be very impressive, but it's very hard to go past Will.
Yeah.
I would switch SDK and Weddle even as a Cats fan. Yeah, SDK's. I feel like SDK started his career a lot more flashily than where he's at right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's stagnation or anything, but it just felt like Sam DeConning was playing better earlier.
There's one that's not on the list. I mean, I assume they're twin brothers. Where's TDK? And the guy just got bought for 1.7 million.
They're not twins. They're not twins.
They're not twins? Oh, they just look the same. All right. Let me see how old.
Well, brothers tend to have similarities.
That's very true. Okay, he's too old. He's too old.
He is too old. Yes.
But yeah, it would have been one that was a bit dumb to take off. I have on the list.
Take off perennial number 2. 100%. Great call, Tatum. I think we already saw this one. James. Okay, James. If Weddle is allowed to settle in one position, I think he's in the top 5 discussion for next year. Watch him this year. They don't give the number 23 to just anyone at the Hawks. Exactly. That's why the Bombers are throwing big bucks at him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of the few guys. I don't know if Hawks will lose him, but he's definitely one of the people that are going to be commanding a lot of
money. Weddle is a very good player. Love watching Joe Weddle. I would answer this question. Answer that question. Logan Morris ahead of Mitchie G. Again, of Mitchie Georgiadis. Yeah, I think so. I mean, Logan, and a lot of benefit to Logan in playing for a better team as well. Like, that's the thing. Like, key forwards very much benefit from playing for better teams with better midfields. Like, I'd have Nick Larkey as one of the best forwards in the comp. If, maybe top 3, 2. But where did he finish in the Coleman medal race? Not top 2 or 3. It was close. But you can imagine how good he would have been if he was playing for Adelaide, or if he was playing for Geelong, or if he was playing for Sydney, or whatever. Like, key forwards thrive in good teams, in great teams in particular, I think, on average. Midfielders, you can still be a great midfielder in a poor team because you're around the pill, you can impact, you can get your touches. I think, even ahead. You say he's better than Nate Caddy, easily better than Caddy. Again, Caddy's played for the Bombers, who suck at getting the ball to him. Absolutely suck at getting the ball to him. Like, it's really hard to accurately gauge these forwards when they're not on a level playing field. They're not being dealt the same cards, I suppose. I've seen a few teams starting Darcy over Pickett. Don't hate the pod. Yeah, don't mind Darcy over a Petrarca type. I think Pickett's cheap enough to go for it.
Yeah, I think as well. Both of them having the buy and Pickett not having the buy makes a bit of a difference too. Who do the Dogs share with? Can you quickly pull up their thing? Who do they share with? The early buy.
The Dogs.
So, Suns. Yeah. Suns, yeah. So I've got Matt Rowell. Yeah. Currently, I've got Treloar in my team too. So,
all right.
Yeah, I just need another forward who's cheap. So we'll see. We'll see if he lasts by the end of it without me having to make major changes in my side. But yeah, I just don't know if it's going to work or not.
100% Matt Rowell. That's a great example for young. 100% Rowell's. We might see some more grass eating as well, Tatum. Does Jamara even play? Look,
I think so. Like, if he's fit and ready to go, I think he plays 100%.
Yeah.
But it's just about him getting through the preseason and showing that he's got enough. But he's the perfect example of where that best, like the 23rd spot on the bench is good for, because they could easily, with the amount of talent they've got in their team, they could just run their best 22 from last year and then just have Jamara as cool. You're going to come on, you're going to play limited minutes for the first few weeks. That's it until you get your body right, and they don't care.
Yeah.
It's just too good for them, I think.
Let's line up that fixture again.
I think it's rich, tough first game, and then it's like West Coast, and then it's like Richmond, I think, after that. Yeah.
West Coast, Richmond. Yeah,
and then the bye.
Just throw them out there. Go have fun. Go have fun. Get some run into your legs. And then you have the bye. And then he'll come out of the bye better for the run, fit and firing. If he plays, I'll just say, make it simple. If he doesn't play round 1, don't pick him. If he plays round 1, I'm going to pick him. I'm just going to put it simply there. Bailey, g'day lads. What are you thinking about Elliot Yeo? West Australian paper has said that he'll be playing cross half back. Is it too mid-price mad, or can it pay off?
Yeah, it's a no from me. I think Joe definitely has an over 30 policy. Yep. I'm getting to the over 30 policy. I don't think I've got anyone barring. Do I have anyone over 30? Oh, Trelaw at the moment, who's over 30. But that's it. Is Parrish over 30, Joe?
I don't know. He's not.
Okay. Potentially Trelaw and Parrish over 30. I'm in my team. But outside of that, no one else. So I think he'll be lucky if he gets his body right and he can play the first 10 games or so for the season without being injured. I'm trying to the thing that's hurt me in Supercoach so much has been having these picks and knowing maybe they're not great and the risk just not working out. So I think I'm trying to avoid that happening as much as I can, Bailey. Because you don't want to be trading out Elliot Yeo in a week where other people are upgrading their team. And Elliot Yeo's lost enough money that you can't do it. So, yeah. There you go. Lyle's got it right.
What about Joe Marks? Just retired.
West Coast fans.
Oh
West
my
Coast
God.
fans don't talk to, though.
So mean. So mean. Let him run out his career, you bastard. Look, I wouldn't go with Elliot Yeo personally for all the reasons that you said out there. Geordie, I think Dan Curtin can bolt into the top 25, under 25 this year.
I'm still salty that we did not pick him and we picked Zane Dersma. It sucks. Okay, we didn't pick Watson, okay. But this kid is just too good, and I think I've seen a couple of people in the chat ask about him potentially being a Supercoach selection as well. It's not for me, but yeah, he's the future, just the dynamic body. I mean, we talk about Luke Jackson being the unicorn. I think we'll say the same thing about Dan Curtin in a couple of years because he's only, 21, 22, so he potentially can grow a little bit more, but 197 centimeter that plays like a medium-sized forward that has the agility of a small forward that has the endurance of a midfielder and can ruck and mark and do everything. It is rough.
And Dan Curtin, according
and
to
he'll be playing mid. Yeah.
Moved into a more consistent inside mid role this off-season. So third year, there's one to go. So really excited about that. Fingers crossed. So
he's going to be a very good player, and he's going to be in the same crop as your Jacksons, as your Darcys, everyone else. Dan Curtin could easily be, maybe not this year, but could easily be a must-have selection. Next year starts at 550K. It's coming off a big year, and we're having Callahan thoughts about Dan Curtin in our team. So,
yeah. How's Hannon Young in there? Doesn't deserve to be purely due to injury history. He had a good stint, I think. Was it last year or the year before? Year before last.
Last year definitely had the
injuries. Year before definitely had a very good season, Hannon Young. But yeah, lucky to be there, perhaps. He was an amazing Supercoach points per minute. That's why he's on the list for work rate. Excellent. Same with Georgiades. Tom DeConning should be there. Well, Tom DeConning's too old, so that's
I made the mistake.
I'm willing to cop the round 12 buy because there's so many good premiums and value options. Rowell, Anderson, Track, Dawson, Curtin, Butters, Rosie, Bergman, Sherry, Sheasel, all on that buy.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them, Joe. There's a lot, and that's where I'm not touching
9
Dawson.
Premiums.
Like there's a couple on that list. I'm not going close to Dawson. I won't touch Anderson, I don't think, until post-buy, potentially. Same with Track and a couple others. Like, yeah, it's really rough. It's really, really rough.
I don't know. I can't see Track going bananas.
But
I don't know.
It all comes down to their midfield mix, right? Is he going to play high half forward, predominantly forward with a little bit of mid, like he did at Melbourne? Or are they going to slot him straight in there like he was when they won their premiership? That's really the question mark for Petrarca for me, and the reason why I haven't picked him. And I can be swayed. It's not round 0, it's not round 1 yet, but I think at that price, you're probably paying max price for Petrarca, and in a team where I've stacked other positions on field, I'm not paying $520K for a Petrarca who has an early buy. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. It's too insane. Michael Callahan is everything I was hoping LDU would be.
Michael, 100%. It's something I don't know if you've been asked, Joe, but a bit of a spoiler. I've been asked to do the North Melbourne preseason guide for the Supercoach Sword Play guide, and talk about LDU a little bit. Massive regression from 2024 to 25. And yeah, it's just it's a bit sad, I think. North Melbourne's got a few of these players who could have been whatever they wanted to be. If we had Taron Thomas running around fit and not bashing people, then the club would be a lot better too. So, yeah. But hopefully LDU gets better, and yeah, there's still a lot of time left, I guess.
How old is LDU these days?
Same age as Brayshaw, I think.
That's not what I want.
You got to type AFL at the end, Joe. You got to put AFL at the end, and you'll be fine.
That's funny. He quit though. He quits. LDU. He's a quitter. 26.
Yeah, 26. Yeah. So it's crazy, right? You've got a lot of players like him and Nick Larkey and stuff that if we don't start playing finals in a couple of years, they might be getting closer to their finish line before the start line, until we get better. So, yeah, pick 4 in a year where Brayshaw and Sarong, and I think Zach Butters was the same year as well, maybe.
Is there a guy
at least he's not Paddy Dow. At least he's not Paddy Dow. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, is there a midfielder in the comp today that is squandering their talent more than LDU?
No, not like LDU. I think it's the worst, like the worst travesty ever. To be honest, I think it is. It's atrocious. It is bad.
He's got to be the poster boy for I can do so much more.
Yeah, and the problem is he's played at a club where he's never been told like no, because we've just been bad for so long that it's a case of, okay, you don't want to pay me the money, I'll go somewhere else, which is what it was kind of like this year in the trade period. Hey, sign with us. I think he's on 1.2 million or something like that now. I'll go somewhere else and I'll play better. But how dare you tell me to be better on field, because look what you've put me with. So, it's, yeah, it's a bit rough.
Thoughts on Timmy T, Tim Taranto? That's a shout. I actually don't mind Tim Taranto. If only it was fantasy and not Supercoach.
It's a no from me. That's all I'm going to say. It's a no. Magnus, I'm not going to be mean. I think it's just a no. No thanks.
Why is that, huh?
I'm picking guys in my team. Like let's do the deep dive, right? Tim Taranto, 532K mid. He's a weird, awkward price. He's not averaged 100 last year. Is he playing in a position on field where I'm either making 150K from you or having you as a keeper? And I don't think Taranto is going to be either for me in my team. I think Richmond are going to get smashed the same. And yes, he will have a lot of mid-time at Richmond, but I think they're just going to get dominated. And I'm expecting a lot of 80s and 90s and maybe like a 105 from him. And at a 105, I think he can probably make you a few bucks, but for 50K more, you get Zach Merritt, who's always been in the top 10 in Supercoach in midfield position for the past however many years. For 80K more, you've now got Callahan or Brayshaw or half a dozen other players. I would go as far to say as I would rather pick Oliver than pick Tim Taranto in my team for cheaper. Or Sam Walsh for 10K cheaper. Heck, Jack Steele for who else? Like, if I'm going to be really petty, I'm going to go midfielders I want over Tim Taranto. I'm going to go a cheaper price. Paddy Cripps, Christian Petrarca, I would pick over him. Jackie Steele potentially with the team change. I'm looking at Clayto Oliver, and then heading into your really cheap guys. Joe, who do you think averages more? This is how bad I'm going. Who do you think averages more, Tim Taranto or Cozzy Pickett next year?
Cozzy Pickett.
Well, there you go. So why am I picking Taranto?
Excellent. That's what I wanted to hear from you.
Yeah. I know it's a bit of a burn, but no. Bro, you shouldn't even picked him on the year that he went to Richmond from GWS. That was a shocking year too.
Well, there you go, Magnus. Those are the thoughts on Timmy Taranto. Never pick him again, mate. Don't even think about it.
No. Maybe in draft if you're on your 8th pick or something. But
exactly. See, we read the comments. We read all the comments.
Does Darcy solo ruck? I think so, but I think they put someone else in as having the second ruck. Maybe doesn't solo ruck, but I think he goes. Sorry, my mistake. Hey, I don't think he solo rucks, but I think he definitely goes to 90% ruck, and they put someone else in. They've got a few players coming around, but I definitely think with the loss of Jordan Sweet, who was their VFL ruckman for a very long time, he's number 2. Plays as number 1, and maybe they get a forward to come in. Or maybe they just go Darcy and then have Aaron Norton do it like he's done it the last couple of years. Because he's pinched hit in the ruck before Darcy came. Or Rory Lobb. I mean, they've still got...
Yeah, exactly. They've got Rory Lobb, man.
There you go.
Rory Lobb's done it before.
Sorry, Magnus. Sorry. Don't unsubscribe. I'm sorry.
Just freaking eviscerate him, bro. Just tear apart his hopes and dreams, why don't you, mate?
Just if he's picking Tim Taranto, I'm I'll save you from
alive. Josh Worrell knocking on the door, best 25. Yeah. Wait, how old is Josh Worrell? Is he under 25?
Yeah, I think he's still fairly young. He's one of those Adelaide. I think Adelaide, maybe not Freo as much now, but definitely Adelaide have a lot of players who just go under the radar. We're so in tune to Rory Laird and Rory Sloane and Matt Crouch and that kind of player that a lot of their younger guys just don't get named. So, yeah.
How is Sam DeConning on here ahead of Josh Worrell? If you really wanted a defender, why is Sam DeConning ahead of Josh Worrell? No way. Is that a thing? Josh Worrell absolutely better than Sam DeConning, in my opinion. What? Jeez, all right. Thoughts on this forward line structure? Sheasel, Flanders, Darcy Wilson, Sam Laylaw, Philippou Marshall, playing for leagues and looking for a placeholder and potentially 20 to 30 points / dollars upside.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think Wilson and Laylor may be the ones who are a bit they're a little bit up in the air, but like I think Wilson's the guy that's going to jump if guys like Philippou and Henry and a couple of others don't go big or improve or even play best 22. So yeah, I don't mind it. Good starting forward line. Big watch on Laylor and Wilson though, and you'll get to see Wilson because he plays round 0. So that you can definitely pivot from memory. I think he's around the 330K mark.
Yeah, too expensive for my liking. I don't mind Lawler.
Yeah, 335K. So you can pivot from his price pretty easily, I think.
Yeah, I don't mind Sam Lawler. I think Sam Lawler, if he's given those on-ball minutes at 200K, could be really good. But Wilson is a winger, and I don't like spending $300,000 for a winger. Tatum, haven't heard any stories about Ugle-Hagan on Gold Coast yet either. I can see a world where Dimmer and co 100%. He's walking into a team that has made history for themselves. First finals appearance and first finals win. So you got Dimmer, obviously has got a dynasty, dare I say. So if there was ever a time for Jamara to walk into the Gold Coast, it's when you've got tremendous leadership on and off the field, like what they've got. They're stacked. They're ready to go. They've got their senior players, and they just keep pumping through juniors through their academy year after year. So if there was ever a year for Jamara to walk into Gold Coast, it's this one. So if he's named round 1, I'm happy to pick him for sure.
Yeah. And there's no pressure for him to play. He could come in like round what is it? He could come in around 18, 19 and just say, yep, I'm here, boys. That's it. I'm fit, ready to go.
The X Factor.
I'm the X Factor. That's it. He could come in the grand final, Joe, and just be like, yep, I've done a Marlon Pickett, boys. That's it. I'm in the team. Bang, bang. Let's win a grand final. There you go.
Exactly. Just looking at Marlon Pickett. I'll never forget Marlon Pickett just walking in, debut, grand final, and just blind turning for no reason. Just because he can. Just blind turning on grand final day. Oh, that's insane. Hexerism, good to see you, mate. Happy New Year. Yeah, about Yo too, Pricey. Yep. James, sad to hear about Jackson Archer's ACL. Does that injury open the door for Josh Goda as a sneaky bench option in defense, Big J?
Look, potentially, but he's got to get through the preseason. He's one that could play that role. I don't know how he goes in the lockdown. From memory, he's more of an interceptor type, being at like 191 centimeters. But yeah, it's just a bit of a wait and see, I think. We could see Threadgold debuting early if he comes in and has a really good time as well. Really good kind of player. I don't know if he can play on smalls, but he definitely can play on talls. So we'll see. But we could easily just run Luke McDonald and say, oh, well, no new rookie in that position either. So, yeah, it's a tenuous time in my life. I hope that we pick up someone as an SSP who turns out to be a gun. But, yeah, I don't know if it'll happen or not.
Ben, Windsor, I love him. I reckon Windsor's still a bit of a jet. Yeah, his kicking will never be the best. But he's a go-getter, he's a line breaker, he's a runner. I think there's room in the game for a Windsor type. I'm not going to say it's a bust. It's not like Richard Tambling over Buddy Franklin type thing. You know what I mean? So Kirchen is very nice. He's huge. Yeah.
He's a very good player. And he will force himself into our Supercoach teams over the next few years, 100%. 100%.
Indeed. Maltesing! Going Maltesing, how you doing?
What's up, Maltesing? How you doing?
Gone to Pies training this Wednesday.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice. I wish I had time off from work because there's a lot of open trainings and stuff happening throughout the week, Joe. And they're getting used to and getting all these kids that are off, on school holidays to come down as well. So yeah, good time. Lots of open trainings for a lot of clubs.
Love to see it. Track can score forward and in middle though. He can. Track is one of those players who has shown he doesn't necessarily need bulk CBAs to score well because he can hit the scoreboard quite well. My only issue for me is his disposal efficiency was never the best, and playing a lot of games on the slippery, dewy Gold Coast, I feel like isn't going to translate to more Supercoach scores. He could end up playing a bit more forward, and then just maybe small stints in the midfield. Could end up being the best combination for him. And I could be doing a massive disservice to myself for not starting him. But I can't see my forward line being complete without him. So there'll certainly be a point in time where I get him in. It just sucks having the 2 buys for sure. It's very bad. Joe, did you have a fight with a lawnmower? Why do you say that? Do I look ripped up and disheveled or something?
You look very nice, Trey. You look very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no worries.
He's going to be frustrating. Seems to have so much play. Oh, yeah.
I know we're talking about LDU.
Yeah. The player you love and hate at the same time.
And he'll score a 160 in Supercoach and then come out and score like a 50. It's like, okay. Half a dozen players in North Melbourne are just, it's all attitude. So, yeah.
I don't know. When does Supercoach open? Normally it's around Australia Day, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a couple of weeks, Dogman. In saying that as well, I think Joe and I are planning on doing a rate your team. So for you guys that do have Supercoach Gold, get your good team in line, and we'll put out a video, I think, over the next week or so before it opens. So yeah, you'll hear about that coming up soon.
The Mr. Spanky, happy 2026.
What's up, Mr. Spanky?
Just doing the dirty drop-in, boys, mates.
Hey, why not, man? Why not?
Make yourself at home. You can dirty yourself as much as you like. I'd rather risk Wardlaw than pick Taranto.
Yes. Yeah. And even just for the fact that Wardlaw could have a few, like if Wardlaw comes into round 1 fit, if he has a good 5 games where he averages 100, he's making you enough money to probably beat Tim Taranto's starting price. So, yeah.
What's the go with Sean Darcy and Luke Jackson? Does Darcy play and is Jackson going forward, or can Jackson finally take the number 1 role? I don't want to break the news to you, but I think I will. Sean Darcy is only 27 years old.
Yeah.
They're not going to phase this guy out. Sorry.
Unless they get a couple of first-round picks for him.
Exactly.
He's desperate to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sean Darcy and him will continue to share. In fact, when he came back,
he can't play anywhere else.
Sean Darcy had,
Darcy can't play anywhere else. So when Jackson's playing and Darcy's not there, he goes bananas. But I just don't think it happens. And as Joe says, he's not going until he gets kicked out or they get a massive trade offer. And the beautiful thing about Freo is they've got a few players like Jackson who is multifaceted and can play a lot of different roles. And at the moment, they love giving him CBAs. So they might throw Jackson in the middle while Sean Darcy's there and just says, mate, you're like Dan Curtin. You're going to burst from the middle and do whatever you want to do. So we're happy to run both. Darcy's no slouch. He can still punch it with the best of them. So yeah, they'll run both of them until they die, I think.
And if Sean Darcy goes down, guess what? They got this prick too now. So
211. Yeah. 211.
So if Sean Darcy goes down, they'll just give this guy a crack. So yeah, you're never gonna see Luke Jackson solo rocking him. It's just not going to happen. It's okay. I wasn't gonna pick him. Okay, good, Magnus. Excellent. Ask away. Do not let Big J's evisceration of the Tim Taranto pick turn you away from asking more questions. You are always
never.
welcome
Never.
to ask more questions, okay?
A little bit of Big J rage bait's never a bad thing too. So don't. As long as it's like an actual player, and it's like, oh, how's Clive Rose going? Remember all those ones?
Yes, exactly. Uncle Aka, how you doing,
What's
mate?
up, Uncle
Sam
Aka? How you
Darcy,
doing?
number one, you reckon? Sam Darcy, number one. Probably, maybe, possibly.
Nah,
it's hard to go past Will Ashcroft, though.
Yeah. Not yet.
Colin, good to see you, Colin.
What's up,
Easy
Colin?
answer on DeConning over Worrell, Joe. The list was compiled by Victorians. It's the
Potentially
Vic bias again.
Yeah, potentially.
It's that Vic bias all over again. Josh Worrell absolutely should have been in there over DeConning. I stand by this. Which rookies will play in round one? Asks Johnny Blaze.
Okay, I've been slowly compiling a list so far. There's a couple I think that are slowly getting there. I think the likes of Jagger Smith should play, barring injury. And the beautiful thing is we will get round 0 for Carlton. I think Sharp and Farrow, Joe, from Essendon are definitely looking that way. Farrow got a nice talk up by Mason Redman in a recent video as well, which is cool. I think guys like Doveston should play. I think Latrell Pickett should play as well. And then a couple of others. So I think Xavier Taylor from Melbourne should be playing. And then Josh Lindsay as well from West Coast should be playing. And then just fill your bench with 119K guys and we'll figure out the rest.
I reckon
there's a long way to go.
I reckon Zeke Ulen plays.
It's just about where he plays, I think, more than anything.
Yeah. But I think he will play, though. I think Cooper Simpson, I think, is a good chance to play for Fremantle. Josh Lindsay definitely plays for West Coast. I think Sarong plays for the Swans.
Yeah.
He's a ready-made player out of the Hawks VFL. He won their best and fairest in the VFL. And I think he feels the need. So I think Sarong gets in there. Sharp gets in there. Smith gets in there. I think Smiley, if he's fit, plays. I think Carmichael plays. That's what Alexander, was his name? Dylan Alexander said. Will Brodie is a chance if Josh Carr and him rekindle that beautiful relationship they had at Fremantle.
Will Brodie the rookie.
Will Brodie the rookie. You love to see it. I think Marshall plays. He's playing behind the ball in defence. Filippo's obviously playing. Draper's playing.
I think
Reedy,
Draper's currently injured.
Sid Draper?
Yeah, I think he's currently injured. George was saying in Discord that he might have like an ankle injury or something like that. So,
but if he's available, he plays though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Robertson plays. I think Reedy has to play, given Pitane is not really the beacon of health. I can see, but I don't think he'll be very consistently playing, though, is the thing. I don't know if there's any Carlton supporters out there.
I've been spamming the Carlton big footy boards and stuff like that, asking about Reedy, and I think some of them have said, is it O'Farrell, I think, plays and might be there.
Harry O'Farrell.
Yeah, might be their forward ruck. So I don't know if Reedy's going to play at the same time.
Let's see who else is there. Sam Marshall plays.
Yeah,
I think. Tom Gross could play. Dean definitely plays for Carlton. He's a walk-up. I think Dean plays for sure. Cooper Duff Tytler plays, but you don't really want to pick him. Patterson is behind Euland. Potentially. Vigo, I get a lot of questions about Vigo. He's definitely more of a VFL player this year. It's Blackiston and Brian for us, I think. Annabelle could be a shout if Licky Neal is not in the picture anymore. could be a shout possibly for Dan Annable. Cooper Simpson, maybe Jai Clark. Keep an eye on that with obviously the Catters. I reckon he could play.
Even like I'm going to be tracking guys like Holmes or Baby Holmes, really. We'll call him, but guys like him as well, I think. So
yeah, quite a few rookies. Roby, we're still managing him. He had that hot spot in his back. We're not going to push him. Liam Henry, if he's available, I think he plays for the Saints. Xavier Taylor should play for Melbourne.
Yeah,
if they're serious about rebuilding.
If you guys have time, jump on Melbourne AFL's webpage. Jump on their website, and there's a really good article about Xavier Taylor on there, basically saying like he's a freak, he's a really good player, and can play multiple roles, and just trying to figure out like where we're going to chuck him in the team. So I've got a big feeling he's going to feature quite heavily for them this year.
100%.
Young crop of players coming through.
Oh, for sure. Latrell Pickett should play. Bo Allen maybe plays. Won't be Jackson Archer, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Tom
Cochran's just
Tillerfowl. My boy, Mikael Tillerfowl. Malcolm Rosas?
Yeah.
Get a shout at this one?
It's an interesting one. The only problem with forward rookies is you want the forward rookies who are midfielders or backline players.
Correct.
Aren't forward rookies, because a goal is only worth like 8 points and a kick is worth 4. So if you're only getting a goal and 8 touches in a game, you're not making a lot of money for our team.
No. Gipkiss, if he's fit and playing, Gipkiss plays. Galveston plays. Dave Wicks will play, but he's a small forward. You don't want him. Harvey Harrison could play. Yeah, there's quite a few there. Quite a few rookies there. I hope you can look them up. Can Mason Cox play? No way will they do that.
Look, there's a world. We'll see. I think one of their key forwards would have to be injured for that to happen. I think Cox can do it. I don't think they're going to play 3 rucks, unfortunately. But there's a world where it could happen.
That would be insane if they did that.
Globes, how you going, Globes? How you going, mate?
Happy birthday, mate. Hope you had a ripping day.
There you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Robertson Clark. Are we talking about Jordan Clark? I don't mind Jordan Clark. I think he's all right. Archie Roberts. I'm going to leave that for Joe, but he's a no for me at the moment.
Jai Clark.
I don't think it's Jai Clark. Surely not.
Who's fucking Clark?
Jordan Clark. They're both backline. Archie Roberts and Clark are both backline players. Magnus, give us first names. Give us first names, Magnus. We'll figure it out. With McCurch.
Angus Clark.
With
Angus Clark?
McCurch going, huh? Angus. All right.
Angus Clark.
All right.
He's going with
Bailey.
2 bombers. We've gone with 2 bombers, mate. I love me Angus Clark.
Jordan. No, it's Jordan Clark. There you go. Jordan Clark. Done. Ugh. I think I'm going home, boys.
I love it. Sorry. Bailey cracked me up. No, Bailey absolutely cracked me up. On you, Bailey. That's a good one. Oh, wait. Were you being serious, Bailey? I thought you were joking. Oh, that's why you're making me laugh. Turns out he was actually serious. Oh, never mind. Too many Clarks. Yes, there's too many Clarks in the AFL. Yes, Jordan Clark is a very good player. Mm-hmm. Definitely has a history, an extensive history of being a top liner. Geez, too many tabs at the moment. Jordan Clark. A lot of tabs. Too many tabs. Jordan Clark. He's got, he's gone 104 basically last year. The year before, he won 104.6. So he's got 2 years in a row of doing 104, which, you like to see it. You like to see it. He takes kick-ins. Doesn't have a monopoly on kick-ins, but he does take kick-ins. Obviously, Puke Ryan, disgusting, degenerate son of a you-know-what. He takes most of the kick-ins, and he plays on almost all of the time. Jordan Clark, a very distant second, but he is still second. Not too many other people take it off him. But Jordan Clark can be really frustrating to own. Spoken from experience, he can have games where he's just doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's like, what's going on? Other games will have like 120s and then we'll just 50. And then a 145, 96 and 86. Like, I don't know what it is about Jordan Clark. It's very annoying.
Look, their early run's very good. And
he's on a top
so many defenders have early buys as well. So grabbing Jordan Clark when he doesn't have an early buy or around 12 buy. Who do Freo play early? 1 second.
The Cats, the Demons, the Tigers. The Demons give up a lot of points to defenders. You love it.
Yeah.
Tigers do as well.
Yeah.
It just depends on.
And then round 6, he plays West Coast again. So, like, you're probably getting a 105 plus from him in the first 6 or 7 games, you'd think. But, yeah, it'll be a little bit of a pot, I think.
It depends on the style.
For me too, Hexerism. For me too.
It's a freaking roller coaster and a half.
And then you've got those games where he's like, oh, Jordan Clark, 140. Thanks, mate. And then he drops a 50 against Sydney. It's like, oh, well, not good. Jordan Clark's a real hurt burn too, because I think one of those players that will, in the first quarter or first half, get to 60 and you think you're onto a winner. And then he's just like, fourth quarter blues a lot of the time. So you got to kind of get used to that, I think, a little bit.
I think it's a lot to do with Fremantle's style of play. Because Fremantle either will play their freaking boring, batshit boring, slow game style, where they play possession football, or they just go breakneck pace, play on at all costs, and just get the ball moving forward ASAP. We never stop. We take a mark and we keep going. It's insane. There's no middle for Fremantle. They're either snails or they're cheaters. There's no one or the other. So Clark is a roller coaster because Fremantle as a team are a roller coaster as well. So I think I can't put my faith in Jordan Clark without knowing and seeing more of a sample size of how exactly are Fremantle going to play moving forward. Are they going to play that fast game that, remember what happened with Craig McRae? How he said, they play really good football when they move the ball quickly. They should play like that more often. Or are they going to play the slow, boring game style that ended up having them lose to the Gold Coast Suns at home? So I don't know. If they're playing controlled, I like Clark a lot more. If they're playing full guns blazing, I like him less, I think. Depends. Depends on what they do. Now, also mentioned Archie Roberts. I like me Archie Roberts. Archie Roberts is a young player. He's very, very young. He just turned 20. He was probably the youngest player in his draft age. The thing with Archie is he can find the pill, which certainly isn't hard playing for Essendon in the back line, especially last year with all of our injuries, which were ridiculous. And so what we ended up doing was we tried to play keepings off and defend with the ball in our hands. So you'll find, if we look at the team statistics, our uncontested marking game was through the roof. We were, I think, one of the highest uncontested marks because we're just playing keepings off, essentially. And that's part of the reason why Roberts didn't end up featuring very high in the Rising Star because people were sort of saying that, well, yeah, he's getting a lot of touches, but quite a few of them are fairly cheap. Look at his marks: 6 marks, 9 marks, 7 marks, 5 marks, 7. That's a lot of marks to take in a game, and that's not how we're going to play this year.
No, I don't think so.
Bombers are going to play. We've been training to go fast, fast, fast. We have a lot of drills where players have to have disposed of the ball within 2 seconds of having it. And there's a timer going, and they yell. And it's all about moving the ball quickly from one end to the other. I know every other team is probably doing that as well, but we're not looking to play that keepings off style. So you can't anticipate seeing this many marks for him, which should probably lower the floor a little bit compared to last year. So I don't want to be the guy to tell you pick Archie Roberts. I think as a career, as a player, he's going to be a jet. I just don't know if his Supercoach scoring is going to be good enough at that price. If it was 300K, I'd feel better about it. But he's not. He's in the McKerchers. He's in the Miller Bergmans. He's with the Newmans.
There's a lot of guys at that price that are very, very good and playing bulk mid-minutes.
Yeah, so I would not go Archie Roberts, personally. With McKerch going into the mid this year, does that mean the little helmet man is an option, given he will take 10-plus kick-ins a game?
Oh, look, funnily enough, I've just done a write-up on this too. McKercher was number 2 for kick-ins, and I think we did look better with him being kick-ins. I'm going to watch North Melbourne's training with a grain of salt and say, hey, yes, there was an article that came out from Herald Sun for the first week back that they played midfield. But I'm waiting to see what the team lineup does before I say anything. McKercher played mid/halfback for points of the time last year. And I think we might use him for bulk, like for periods of time as transition from the midfield to the forward line. But in saying that, I'm waiting to see who takes the kickouts a little bit too. Caleb Daniel could not even be best 23 just because defensively he was so terrible. So yeah, I'm waiting to see what happens, because there was periods of time during the game where I think there was a couple of games where 2 or 3 times he had a kick out, went straight to the opposition, and they kicked a goal. So it's like, do we really want this in a team that wants to be competing for, now a wildcard spot? I don't think so. So North's kickouts are going to be something that's highly watched, I think, for a while there.
Could be Cooper Harvey.
Yeah, I hope not. I don't think he can kick it that far. I really don't think he can kick it that far. You could see someone like Hardeman take kickouts. It could be back to Caleb Daniel. It could be back to Toby Pink or a few other players. So we'll just see kind of what the makeup is. But I think it's way too early to talk, Bailey, to make a educated.
I really hope not. James, if you're going to pick only one premium with the early buy
each week, or just one?
No, just one.
You got a lot of round 12 players then.
Go for Dacos, Rowell, Anderson, or Callahan. I'm going with Finn. Standalone buy being the decider for me.
No, I 100% would be going one of the Gold Coast boys. And I think you don't pick Rowell or Anderson, you're just not going to watch football rounds 2 and 3. Their run is just phenomenal. And even post-buy, their run is not terrible. And
even round 0 not that bad.
Yeah. I think if you don't pick one of those two, you're not watching football for the first 2 weeks, basically. You're going to hate yourself for not picking one of those two. Petrarca could go big and those two don't, but it's the 2 easiest teams back-to-back. So,
and then he plays Sydney at they're playing at Norwood, which is smaller than my backyard. equals galore.
Yeah. So it's it's rough.
I'm not saying I have a big
early
backyard.
Gold Coast
I'm not saying I
players.
have a big. I'm saying Norwood's tiny.
I've been to your house. You got a big park next to your house, mate. You could pretend. You put up some goalposts and say, "Hey, this is my backyard."
Yeah. But seriously, yeah, no. For me, yeah, I think Rao is the one for me. There's no one at Geelong that can go in with Rao. Oh, Atkins probably will match up on him. I love Atkins. He's a good player. But yeah, Eagles, killer. And then Richmond, and then Melbourne, freaking Jack Steele's gonna pull his back trying to go against him. And then Norwood Oval, and then the Bombers. Oh my god, what a start! What a start for Rao. I can't not pick him. I think I just can't not pick him. That's just for me. What was it going? How was Logan Morris not in that list? Super Blue Iris, I've got no ideas. None whatsoever. Why would Locke not be in the picture? Was back at the club on the weekend. Why would Locke not be in the picture? Who's Locke? Oh, Lockie Neal. Probably. I'm saying if he's not playing.
Mate, I tell you what, the Adelaide Advertiser did a dirty on Lockie Neal. They just put out an article, Joe, on like
what?
SA's most eligible bachelors, and Lockie Neal was on the list.
No.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find
Oh my god.
It's pretty funny. I'll see if I can.
You can't be doing this.
I'll Facebook it to you. Give me a sec.
Yeah, please send it to me. What? And I'll show it here on the screen.
Yeah.
What?
It's pretty funny.
That is outrageous. Bro, the media is just.
Yeah, there you go. It's sent. It is bad, man. Like, yeah, it's not a fun time.
Here we go. SA's most eligible singles.
And look who's in the bottom.
The countdown to Valentine's Day is on. If you're single and ready to mingle, check out these 22 eligible bachelors and bachelorettes. And look at him at number 2. Oh my god. How do I zoom in? I'm freaking ancient. How do I zoom in? How is zooming out zooming in?
You just press the mouse button, don't you?
No, the mouse. I have the mouse, and it's not. Maybe if I open the image in a new tab, can I zoom in now? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Kate Collins.
Who's that? You don't even know. And number 2. No, yeah, probably. Number 2.
Newly single after confirming his split on January 2nd. Oh my god! He's put him number 2. And he's separated on the 2nd. It appears Lockie Neal and his wife Jules have called it quits. Oh my god, you can't be. Who the hell are these people? Is this who? What's the newspaper?
Adelaide. Is it Adelaide Advertiser?
The Advertiser. There it is. The Advertiser.
Yeah.
Oh. Jeez, this is
good old newspaper. Number 9, Jackson Fairburn, to end up in the newspaper. Like, holy moly, he's done all right from his dodgy Instagram videos. Tell you what,
her name is Izzy Khan.
Yeah, is that the politician?
She just can't. Okay.
Anyways, we're a bit off topic here.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh my god.
I'm just going to jump through here. Let's go ahead.
How much is Wardlaw? Wardlaw is 396,000.
Yeah, 396.
Very cheap. Very cheap. Delicious. Thoughts on starting both Rao and Anderson? Obviously, should be the early buy, but they have a dream run. Absolutely.
Yeah. You go first, Joe.
Full send it. Let the hate flow through you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not bad. I think the only thing I would advise against is making sure you don't have anyone else really big from their post bye. Was it round 14? I think they've got the bye. Sorry, round 12. Yeah, that's my only problem is that you're probably competing with the Sheasel, Rosies, Butters, and everybody else. That's my only adversity to it. But yeah. Stack Geordie, stack the best early buy players, and figure out round 12 and round 12. If you have a boost, then you can trade out 4 primos in that week. It's really not like the end of the world if that's what it comes to. So yeah,
round 12 can just go to hell. I reckon round 12 can go to hell.
There's always one round, Joe.
Someone who doesn't go to hell.
Hey, Ghost, thank you very much.
What would you, Ghost? Happy New Year, my man. Thanks so much. You didn't have to do that. You did not have to do it. Your generosity, always appreciated. You're a legend, Ghosty. Good to see you around, mate. Oh, and anytime, Globes, mate. Anytime. Much love to you. Much love. And round 16 is the forwards killer. Yeah. Philippou, the Flanders. Who else? Sam Darcy, Trelaw.
Yeah.
Cosy Pickett.
Yeah. And Myers and all those guys too, if you've got them.
Let's just ignore Supercoach this year. Why don't we all just have fun, hold hands, and sing Kumbaya? How about that? Isn't that nice? Isn't that very lovely? All right. Hey, Joe, what are your thoughts on the rookies at the Bombers? I'm kind of looking with 3, Farrow, Sharp, and Roby. Sharp, absolutely. Farrow, not 100% on Farrow, personally. Just got to wait and see. Yeah, still not yet. I don't think he's a lock to play. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm sure there's still plenty of time between now and the start of the year for an injury for Farrow to make it in, but I think he'll probably start in the VFL first, personally. And Roby still on ice, hasn't really participated in any training because we identify the stress factor and the hotspot in his back. Obviously, this kid's grown an enormous amount in a very short span of time. And he had an interview with Scotty from the Lunchtime Catch-Up podcast. That's an Essendon fan podcast. He had an interview with him, Roby did, in August. And the doctor told him he still had 2 whole centimeters worth of growth left as well. So I think the club's just going to be ultra conservative with Roby, just giving him all the time in the world to fully finish growing and not put any extra pressure on his back. We've already had that experience with Zach Reed. We don't want to do that with Roby as well. So, yeah. So jury's still out on Roby if he's going to play early on. I wouldn't be 100% married to both Farrow or Roby. Of those 3, I think Sharp definitely gets a gig. We picked him because he's ready made. He's ready to go. That's the whole reason why we picked him. Inside mid. Who is a rookie that I'm pretty confident plays? I'm pretty confident that Unwin might play. I reckon the Onion's playing this year. But I wouldn't be picking him for Supercoach. Day Wicks probably, but again, I wouldn't be picking him for Supercoach. Yeah, I really wouldn't be touching the rookies at the Bombers, apart from Sharp, personally. If you want to go more left field, highly recommend picking my boy Lockie Blackiston at 295k. He's going to be our number 1 ruck to start the year.
There is actually a question about rucks in there too.
I was mentioning in the last stream, could be a good idea. Start Lockie Blackiston. And the thing is, he's a ready-made ruck. He was a mid-season pickup straight out of WA. He's a ruckman. He's only defense now because we played him in defense because we had no key defenders last year. They all went down with injury. But he is actually a ruckman, and he will be our number 1 ruck to start the year. Nick Bryan, I'm not really sure when Nick Bryan is supposed to be coming back. Let's have a look at the
All right, let's punch through this. Clark is my favorite roller coaster. There you go. How's it going? How's it going, Steve?
Hey.
What did we cover? We covered the best 25 under 25. Covered some Jackson Archer Motlop news. Covered a few other things. So maybe rewatch the VOD if you can. Don't forget Jai Clark. There you go. What after playing Supercoach? China. There you go. After playing Supercoach for 3 years, pick the obvious cash cows, sure. Undervalued guys that everyone does and stop mimicking everyone's teams. Yeah. Well, that's it. I think one thing I'll jump on that too is pick less, the least amount of risk you can, just for the fact that you don't want to end up sucking yourself into sideways trading. If you can avoid the first 3 or so weeks and only spent 2 trades, I think you're doing very, very well. And I think that's going to really set you up. Last year, I think I didn't do any round 1, which was great, but then still did it the next 5 weeks in a row. So, yeah, least amount of risks you can, the better you're doing. Unless it didn't get smart, there you go. 9 players over 500K and 1 under 400K, enough for my team. Depends on the players. I think, Travis, what you need to do is have a look at those and, maybe go through our top-ranked player videos if you want to, or make up your own list and say, how many of these guys am I not getting rid of in my team? Is probably the big thing. If you can say to yourself, the 9 players I've got are absolute locks and I'll never touch them, typically your ruckman / defenders / mids, obviously, your 600K players, then cool. But I think most people are going to be trying to get 11, 12 primos who are keepers in their teams if they can. Yeah, just something to think about, I think, a little bit. Carlton ruckline matchups. Well, I think Pitnet is going to be playing main ruck, and then Reedy / O'Keefe. I think it's O'Keefe. We figured out, Joe, in that forward line. Could be there. Reedy could push in, but not 100% sure. And then Blackiston. Who's your number 2, Joe?
Will probably be 2-meter Peter.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if he's still in the team, it's a bit silly not to. Ruck goes down, then who is it replacing? Leo. I'm the expert. First season, rank 5K. Nice, China. There you go. Yep. The more keepers you can have, the better. And that's where it's about grabbing your Miller Bergmans, potentially McKirches, a few of these type of players who you hope are going to be keepers in their position, so that you can do some fancy stuff everywhere else. Like if you can grab a keeper at 400K, you're doing very well. With your theory, how about Florini, Joe?
Yeah, he's come straight into the club and he's already in the leadership group. So he's integrated himself incredibly well. Great leadership, great voice. He will certainly help us structure up defensively. He's quite good at accumulating the pill as well. On average, he gets about 20 or 21 on disposals. I just don't know. I never feel really good about picking wingers because you just have games where the ball is just not on that wing. The ball is predominantly on the other wing. Him and what's Fiorini even cost? Let's say Fiorini. How much is he? It's expensive. He's 515K. Oh no, thanks. I don't want to pay 500 grand for a winger. Even as good as he is, and he probably might score 90s. I just don't think there's upside at 515K. There's no upside there. North could put Archer on the long term pick up an S. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, this is what I'm hoping is going to be the case. There is quite a few players and a few players from other clubs that were delisted that haven't found AFL clubs that we were somewhat linked to as well. Seamus Mitchell being one of them. I don't know if Sam Frost can play small, but potentially he could jump in for a year. There's a couple of these kind of players, and I'm hoping that we pick up a state league gun who can play small lockdown defender and just slot straight into the team in Archer's position, because we need those guys that can develop and ready to go. Got a few VFL players playing at the moment, but I don't think anyone's defender. Marky Mark. Nothing has been said about him not playing and not playing backline and not taking kick-ins. There was a Herald Sun article that came out that said they're training with the midfield group, and that's it. And that was last week. So I wouldn't jump the gun just yet. We love the ball in his hand, and if it means him getting kick-ins, I think he'll take kick-ins. So yeah, just a wait and see. It's only January.
Exactly. He's
The
not
first
going to
week
play
of January,
exclusively
Mark.
midfield, is he?
Settle down, Mark.
He's not playing exclusively midfield, is he?
No, I don't know where he slots in to be exclusive midfield, to be honest. I just don't think he can. Finn O'Sullivan's jumping into that midfield group. I doubt he can fit in there too. Travis, I have Rosie, McKercher, Bont, Butters, McCluggage, Nakos, Dawn. Okay. I should have picked Sheasel, Grundy. Yeah. I would just be a little bit wary of your forward line. I probably wouldn't run 3 major expensive rucks to start the season. Maybe you can free up some money with Grundy down to a mid-pricer and then some other spots. I think a lot of people are considering a Flanders to potentially be a keeper at the moment. So we'll yeah, it's a little bit rough, I think. But you've got a lot of guys there that are over 600K. Like a lot. Like I think all of them, barring McKercher and Rosie. Yeah, McKercher and Rosie, I think everyone's over 600. So, and Sheetal, I guess. Yeah, it's a lot of really expensive players.
I guess when we do the rate my team and you send your team in, it'll be easier for us to see everything and give you better advice. Paul, what you guys need to do your later video? Yeah, absolutely, we will. No doubt about it. Some teams that have 2 buys before, some have even 1. I know, pretty ridiculous.
Gold Coast being one of them, Hawks being one of them. But if you look at it, I think Melbourne has the last buy and nothing else, and I think that's it. Essendon has the second last buy and nothing else. So if you're a team in round 12, 13, 14, and you play round 0, it's just how the game goes, I guess. I'm not going to hold it against the players that I'm selecting because we typically get, if you picked the right rookies, cool, your primo doesn't score 110, but your rookie scores 90. So it's not the end of the world, I think. And best 18 helps.
Big Darcy's a lock for me. Big nice. Darcy. Sam Darcy. Wee, very nice globes. I'm torn with Parrish. I personally think he's a waste of space in our team, but he could definitely shoot out of the box.
Bro, if Parrish doesn't play, it frees up so much money in my Supercoach team. Holy moly. I can do some funky stuff with my team if Parrish doesn't play.
If Parrish plays, you pick
extra 200K does wonders.
Right, if Parrish plays, I think we pick him. I mean, the guy has shown that he can go.
You didn't trade him last year.
Yeah, we didn't trade him exactly. He's here to stay. He's 28 years old. He was given life membership for goodness sake. And he feels the best he's ever felt in a long period of time. So, and we've got the new head of fitness being very myopic with him, really close attention. So, look, if Parrish plays, I'm going to pick him. I think seriously, if he goes 110, 105, he can make you a lot of money.
All you need is the first few weeks, and then that's it.
Exactly. And we don't have the early buy.
Price rises from Parrish, and you're on enough.
And no early buy to stall it either. So I'm pretty happy with Parrish. If he plays, I'll pick him for Supercoach, I think. Smashing FPL, 83rd. Nice
work, mate.
Damo!
What's up, Damo? How you going?
How you doing? Good to see you back up and running for 26. Yes, sir. Good to see Mailbag back as well. Well done on your first one. Hope your new year and holiday period was good. It was excellent. I got lots of tanning done. I feel very dark and bronzed, which is excellent. hope yours was great as well, Damo. Looking forward to catching up with you at some point. You have to let us know when you are in Victoria, please. How do we think the new ruck rules affect Supercoach rucks? The effect will be, I don't think it will necessarily be a big impact, but you will have slightly less stoppages because of the last disposal free kick between the arcs. So that's no longer going to be throw in. That's now going to be a free kick for last disposal. So you'll have less stoppages.
If there's like a pack mark and they punch it out, I believe they still it's still a throw in.
The centre ball throw up, the centre ball up, the ruckman cannot cross the centre line before contesting the ball, which means you sort of have to run and jump at it. I don't know what that necessarily means, because if you're a big guy that can run and jump, you might be fine for a time, but I think as the game wears on and as the season wears on, I think we'll see a lot more injuries / managed minutes for the big boys, because their bodies are not designed for running and jumping. They're more designed for the wrestle, for the contest to contest work. Like, I can't see Sean Darcy being able to play out a whole year like before, running and jumping in the rucks. That's just not his style. Luke Jackson, yeah, he'll do that all day, every day. But those bigger rucks, I think as the year goes on, you'll start to see more and more of a discrepancy between the Tim Englishes of the world and the Kieran Briggses of the world. I think we'll see a lot more of a gap there. I think you can probably start a big ruck and maybe at the beginning of the year, but I can see them really struggling as the year goes on. That's just my take. I don't know how accurate that is. We've never seen this before.
I'm waiting until we see kind of when the Supercoach scoring and stuff like that comes out of the State of Origin game to really kind of analyze it too much. Just pick who you're going to pick and then go for it with the information we've got, really.
Come on, see if there's been fun with Supercoach. Anya Causa?
Nice work,
Causa. Didn't know you were an NBA guy. Who are you with?
Hey, if it says Supercoach, calls us in, I'll tell you what.
Geordie, I think the game has surpassed Parrish's game style in the midfield. Players like Durham and Colwell are more suited to the current game style for midfielders. I get what you mean, but we have so many issues forward of the ball that I think someone like a Durham has to play more forward. We're too top heavy and not enough support for the Kakos of the world. I think we struggle with the big inside mids as well. Like, Setterfield was normally given the tagging role on the big body because we don't really have many big bodies in there. So I don't think Parrish is going to necessarily be an accumulator as such, but it's really important that you do still have the first disposal players, the players who are at the coalface going head to head. That part of the game will never go away, I don't think. So you still have to be able to win the contest in and under. The best teams are able to spread from that, though. Parrish, I don't necessarily think is going to be involved in a lot of that spread. I think he's very much going to be just that in and under contest and maybe feed out the handball, a la like Nat Fyfe in his later stage, not really running the ball up himself. So there's still room for the pure inside mid. I mean, isn't that what Tom Green is? Isn't that what Matt Rowell was? Just Matt Rowell, though, has been able to add to his outside game a lot more. I'm not anticipating a lot of outside game from Parrish, but I think he'll surprise a few if he's fit and healthy. 800 overall. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. It's a shame that Jackson Archer and Jesse Motlop are out for the season with ACL injuries. It's very true, Shannon. Were you not the West Coast Eagles supporter, Shannon? What's this? What am I looking at here?
Yeah, I think that
What?
is that his yeah, I don't know. You got someone to sign his footy card.
Could have sworn you're a West Coast supporter.
Yeah, he
Shannon.
is.
Welcome to the dark side of the force. All right. 5 minutes left to this stream to make it a nice even 2 hours.
Get your questions in, guys.
Get your questions in, and guess what?
There we go.
It's Gridley time, ladies and
one.
gentlemen.
Where's Maltesing? We need all the good all the good questions. I'm gonna run the questions. You run the that, Joe. You run the Gridley.
Yeah, sure. No worries. All right, guys. So what's this, Steve? Currently have rookies Zeke Ulan and Josh Lindsay on field. How confident are we that they'll get games?
I think Lindsay will play 100%. They like his left boot. He's not an accumulator, but he's very, very clean with the ball. Uland, I'm currently 50-50. I think Joe's got him in his team at the moment. It's more about just fitting him in than anything else. He may get stuck on the wing. Is that good for him in terms of Supercoach scoring? I'm not sure. But it could mean that someone being 119K who's playing like a midfield role, for example, or halfback, scores the same as him at 200K. So it is just a wait and see to see who's named. But we get round 0, so we get to have a look.
Yeah. Bird, McKirch, and Newman. If you could only pick 2, who would it be?
For myself, Bird, not Newman. Early buy, I think, is not great. And I've seen Carlton fans be 50-50 on him. He's going to be good. He's not going to be good. What's happening? Things like that. So, yeah, just a bit of a wait and see, I think.
Yeah, Bergman and McKirch, I think, will be the 2. Thoughts on Buderick and Jai Cully? I think they play. Yeah, I think Jai Cully is getting a lot of rap. He's getting a lot of praise from the coach, from King at the moment. So, yeah, Jai Cully could play. Just a question of how much mid-time. Maybe a high half forward type, but he's fairly cheap, Jai Cully, so at 200,000. So I reckon it's not out of the realms that he could be a good starting pick. And Buderick, I think, also just walks straight into the Dogs. I think he just walks. I think he's a decent pickup as well. Obviously, a little bit unfortunate with the early buy situation, but yeah, they're both picks, I reckon. How much was Buderick again? 245. He's quite cheap.
He's cheap, but I think you're investing into a player of that price. Like my team at the moment's just got 3 more expensive players and then just rookie priced. So yeah, you're just investing there. It's more about waiting to see what he's going to be. Joe, throw up the Gridley. Steve, how many rookies in total do you have? I've got 2 in the back line. 2 in the back line, 2 in the midfield at the moment, and then 3 in the forward line. So, and flex. So what's that?
Very similar.
2, 6, 2, 4, 7, 8. 8 rookies.
Wasn't Kitty Coleman, boys? Questions running his role with limited space. Well, if he's playing half forward, then he can piss right off if he's playing half forward.
I'm waiting to see. Waiting to see what happens.
Plain and simple. All right. You know, wait, how do I remove the comment? It's disappeared from me. There we go. Must have clicked the button and then all of a sudden all of the comments on the thing just disappeared off my screen. All right, guys. There's Gridley. There it is. All right, let's do this. Let's smash out the Gridley, guys. We need a Carlton player, a player who's played for Carlton, who has played 50-plus games for 2 different clubs. Daisy Thomas. I think Daisy Thomas might be too obvious of a pick. Carlton and any other team. Liam Jones is a current player. Silvani's a current player. We want Mark. Yes, Mark. Mark, it's on. So
Mark with the weird picks.
So Steve and Sean, we want players who are as obscure as possible. Mm-hmm. We want them to be very, very rare because we want to have the rarest answer. Peter McConville. All right, so let's have so Peter McConville was selected by only 0.6% of other people. Okay, a very, very rare pick. That's what we want. We want all of these options to be rare. If you're picking someone obvious, like Adam Sard, for example, Ben, who is still playing at the moment, he will probably be a very common answer and therefore not what we want. So there you go. So no idea what this is. Yeah, so I'm explaining, Steve. So this is a game called Gridley where we have to name players, present or past, that fit these requirements. So Peter McConville played 50 games for Carlton, but who else did he play for? Peter McConville. So Peter McConville played for Carlton
and St Kilda.
So he played 54 games for St Kilda and 140 games for Carlton. So and this is back from the 1970s, 1980s. So that's what we want. We want obscure players from the past, where possible, to get us the best possible rarity. That's what we want. So we want, for example, so now a Carlton player, a player who has played for Carlton that was a Dale Thomas teammate. Okay, someone who has played for Carlton that was a Dale Thomas.
When did he go to Carlton?
So Dale Thomas went to Carlton in 2014.
Yeah, so 2014 Carlton list, guys.
So who's the player in Carlton in 2014 that we reckon is? When did Heath Scotland finish?
Hey, you could have picked Dale Thomas on Gridley.
True. Heath Scotland.
Bill Strickland. Oh no, Andrew Walker.
Andrew Walker, true. When did Heath Scotland finish up? Carlton 2014. 2014.
No, I think he got traded, so it wouldn't count because maybe he left in 2014. He would have had to be 2015.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair. Geordie Perry, Andrew Walker. Yeah, Andrew Walker would have been a teammate of Bill Strickland. Played for both. Who's Bill Strickland? Check Bill Strickland. Who played for Collingwood in their inaugural VFL team. Played for Carlton and Collingwood. Okay. Is there an option? Collingwood, 50-plus games for 2 different clubs. How many games did he play? 127, 69. Yeah, all right. Hopefully that works. So Bill Strickland. Let's try him. Where is he? Gridley. Let's try this one. Bill Strickland.
We win Gridley. Guys, if you have a look too.
Bill Strickland is wrong. Bill Strickland is wrong. It did not accept.
Why did it not work?
I don't know. Bill Strickland did not work. Maybe because it was a VFA.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
it doesn't count. It's too early. Yeah. All right.
Ah, there we go. All right. So we found the limit. It can't be VFA. Nick
man.
Stevens.
All right, I'll be back.
Stevens. Yeah, no worries. Nick Stevens. Let's see. Almost trying. Who the hell is Nick Stevens? I've never heard of this guy. Played for Carlton and Port. All right, but we've gone off Carlton now. We now want a Collingwood person. Can I help you guys? All good, poet, mate. All good. Andre Everett. When did Andres Everett finish? When did he finish up? Finished up. Yeah, he would have been there. All right, we'll go with him. Hexerism. All right, we'll go with as a teammate of or Robert Warnock. Robert Warnock. Look, I think we'll go with Andres Everett because he came first from Hexerism. We'll try Everett. Bang! 0.6%. Great one, Hexerism. That's a rare answer. Very rare answer. All right. So now we want a very rare Carlton All-Australian. An All-Australian who player for Carlton. Oh my God, who's an All-Australian? An obscure All-Australian for Carlton. You're still muted, Jez.
Sorry, Michael. Thoughts on sub rule affecting the cash gen total points shared amongst 46 from the start rather than 44 at any one time? Yeah, I think definitely have to prioritize in your team if you can players with high tog on ground. So grab those defenders that play a lot. Grab the ruckman that play a lot. Guys that need to be rested a lot, but I think clubs as well will be like, hey, we might have a few less rotations, so our primos may rest in the midfield. So rest in the forward line instead of going on the bench. So, yeah, we'll see.
Jeff Sotheby, 0.3%. 0.3. All right. Thanks, Ben. John Nichols. Oh, probably too late. Ben Reed for Daisy Collingwood. True. All right, we'll try Ben Reed.
Fellas, I have to head off, unfortunately. Got something I've got to do at home. But I will catch you guys. Hopefully, we'll do live stream again, maybe next week, Joe, and let's get these team reviews. And I know someone's checking out and waiting for an early ladder predictor video as well. So we'll have a look at doing that this week. All right, catch you, fellas.
See ya. Have a good one. Boy. Andrew Mackay. Was Andrew Mackay All-Australian? Good question. Let's try it. Andrew Mackay. Oh, I mean, it's too late, though, for him. Because I've already put in the Carlton All-Australian. So we want... Oh, there we go. Thanks, Shawnee. Peter Moore. Played from Pies and Melbourne. All right, let's go with it. Peter Moore. Would be fairly common, though. And there you go. 3%. No, 3% is decent. Thank you, Shaunsky. Yep, that's good. That works. Nice. All right. And then we want Collingwood All-Australian. In Beams. Shorty. You know what? I was about to put Geordie Perry. Geordie, I was about to put your name in there. Dane Beams. Let's be real. Dane Beams. There's no way Dane Beams. 3% as well. That's good. We like that. All right. So now we just need premiership players. All right. A premiership player who has played 50 plus games for 2 different clubs. Oh, this is an excellent Gridley at the moment. We want a premiership player who's played 50 plus games for 2 different clubs. There's heaps of them. Heaps of them, I think. I would imagine. Like Burgoyne, for example. Or Isaac Smith. Yeah. I feel like Izzy Smith would be pretty common, though. Him, Burgoyne. I think these guys are fairly... Caleb Littleman. Premiership All-Australian. Oh, far out. Oh, this is awesome. All right, let's have a look at him. Caleb. Bro, this doesn't even exist. Bro, Caleb Littleman. Oh! I'm such an idiot. It's Caleb Littleman Daniel. I am such an idiot. It's Caleb Daniel. Oh, God, forgive me. It's a long day. Long day. Forgive me, Bailey. You're completely right. That was my bad. That was my bad. Caleb Daniel, yeah, fairly common, I think. Maybe not, actually. Caleb Daniel, Jarman Impey. Yeah, Little Man is his nickname. Little Man is his middle name. Dimmer Hardwick. True. Stuart Dew. Too many of them. Too many options. Which one is the rarest one, you reckon? I know. That's why I'm so embarrassed. All right, I get it. I'm very pissed off at myself. Okay, okay. I apologized. Forgive me. The helmet, yes. All right. You know what? Let's do the helmet. Where the hell did my screen go? Have I stuffed it up again? All right, there we go. All right, let's do. So we're gonna go with Caleb Daniel. All right. How many people reckon 0.5? Great shout, Bailey. Great shout. 0.5%. 0.5%. No one even knows that the helmet was all Australian. Amazing. All right. Brad Otten. Brad Otten. AFL. It's Otten. E. Brad Otten's. Was it Brad Otten? No, what the hell? This guy. Did he play for 2 different? Oh no, we're talking about that. That was still for the All. That was for the All Australian though. He only played for Geelong. I don't think he played for anybody else. He only played for Geelong. We need someone who has played for Premiership player who has played 50 plus games for 2 different ones. Stewie Dew. Stewie Dew. All right. Oh, is his name actually Stewie? What the hell? What's his Stewart? There you go. Stewart Dew. Stewart Dew was wrong. Stewart Dew was wrong. Dow Thomas teammate. We need a Dow Thomas teammate who's won a premiership. Someone who has played. Go with Brett McCaffer. I'm gonna go Brett McCaffer. You reckon Brett McCaffer? Or who else? Anyone else? for a Dale Thomas teammate who's won the flag. No one from Carlton has won a flag. So it has to be a Collingwood teammate. I'm just gonna roll it. 3%. Okay, that's not bad. 3%'s not bad. 111 whilst missing a square. That's pretty damn amazing. Because the average rarity was 116. We beat the average without even having a square there. Look, lads, it wasn't perfect, but I don't hold it against you. Don't hold it against you. James, you're fine. Let's actually have a look. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe they're wrong. Stuart Dew. He played 26 games for the Hawks, not 50. So it was, in fact, incorrect. He needed to have played 50 games for 2 teams. He did not play 50 games for 2 teams. All good. James, it's all good. No dramas, mate. All right? We're just playing. We're just having fun. Just having fun. Nah, hold it against him. All right, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun. It's all right, James. James, please. Don't you worry about it, my friend. Don't you worry about it. Just a bit of fun. Just a bit of I just think it's a nice, fun, light-hearted way to end a stream. Sort of hoping to do it. If there's any other games or any other different ways that you'd like for me to end the stream, I just thought a bit of Gridley might be a bit of fun. But I think it's been good. I think we've had some pretty decent engagement towards the end of these streams with this. So if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell. Yeah, it's all a lot of fun. Alan Tuvey. Willingham. Yeah, Willingham would have been good. Willingham would have been a good shout, Ben. He put the trust me. You know what? It's because trust me. Trust me. That no, I'm a forgiving man. James did very well with previous guesses as well. So he's a ledge. He's a ledge. We will not hold it against him. We'll forgive him this time. We'll forgive him. Uncle Akka in the chat. How you doing, bro? Bless you. How you doing? Well, I'm going to call it a wrap. That's it. Thank you guys so much for joining. Had fun. Please let us know. Any other comments or questions? Lee Brown was 1%. One. It's all right. All good. We'll listen to you. We'll listen to you more often, Hexerism. Please join us every stream. We do end with a bit of Gridley. Good on. Thanks, Shawnskis. Thank you, mate. So yeah, if you didn't know how to play Gridley, now you sort of know. Poet, much love. I hope you now have a better idea of how we play Gridley. And I'd love to see some suggestions from you, mate, in the next one. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bon nuit. Good night. Love you all. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. And where the hell is I end this stream again? Trying to find it. All right, there it is. Bye.